Hello, day 37. Thanks for all responding to my last ones, and I'm just going to always ask you a question at the end now. I'm going to go blah, 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 so that there's something for you to respond to, because I like the responses. I like seeing who's been watching. Okay, so today I was watching Oprah, and it was all about drink driving, and I have to tell you that that is something that I cannot stand, and I can't even tell you how much. Like, I'm also a very anti-smoker. I'm not big on people, you know, smoking cigarettes. In Australia, we haven't been able to smoke in restaurants for many years. So when I went over to Europe and they're sitting there smoking, and then, you know what I hate? Hang on, when they do this, hang on, I'm backwards, and they hold the cigarette back over their shoulder like that, so all the smoke goes on the other tables. That sends me berserk. Smokers out there. So when we meet, you'll know not to have a cigarette with me. But drink driving, you know, look, I love a drink and all that sort of stuff, but you know what one of the girls said? She said, we all plan so much of our lives. We plan, if we're going to a function, we go, oh, what are we going to wear? We'll get our hair done, we'll get a spray tan or whatever. I get a spray tan sometimes. But we don't plan how we're going to get home. Well, I do actually, and I always get a cab, or one of us just doesn't drink and the other one drives. So that's what you've got to do. Anyway, the most horrific story I have ever heard about drink driving was on Oprah today. I'm going to tell you because I think it will give some people a shock, because you just can't do it, because you might live and survive being a drink driver, but you can kill and destroy whole other families. In fact, my grandfather died because a drunk driver smashed through his front fence, and he got such a shock and got up in the middle of the night that he had a heart attack in the front garden. So I'm sure his heart was getting weak by that stage, but who's to say how much longer he would have lived without that heart attack? I think that's an awful way to die. So anyway, the Oprah story, getting back to that. There was a wedding, a family wedding. Everyone was excited. Two gorgeous little flower girls, aged about 7. Fantastic wedding, beautiful little video of everyone. And then one family, with the mother, the father, and the 2 little girls who were the flower girls, all got in a limo. Then this drink driver, this is all in the States obviously, comes down the highway. He's had 14 drinks, that's what they recorded anyway, and he smashes head on into the limo. The limo driver was killed instantly. And then the mother gets out of the car. She's the only one who can free herself. And do you know what she found? Her daughter's head. And so I can't even tell you what that did to me when I heard that. I was just in shock listening to that. So she picked the head up and went and sat on the sidewalk like it was her daughter. It blew me away. Now, how horrific is that? And their family is struggling to deal with all these things. Her parents are in the car, they were hurled around. What that would do to you mentally, I can't even begin to think. So it made me even more angry about drink driving. And so many people, remember years ago, I don't know in other countries, but in Australia, it really is getting quite frowned upon now, which is great, because, you know, in the old days, as such, people used to go, oh, you know, I got home last night, I drank and I drove, oh, what a joke, and the car got home and I'm safe. Now, people used to think that was hysterical. I don't think that's hysterical. I don't think I ever thought that was hysterical. And what worries me is when the kids get bigger and they're going to parties and people offer to drive them home and they're drunk. So I've said that they can always ring me at whatever time and I will come and pick them up, because it's just frightening, isn't it? So then I came to thinking, what do I think is a suitable punishment? And I don't know that jail's the answer for somebody like that who drink drives, because what's that going to do, really? So what I thought should happen is that they should just lose their licence forever and never be allowed to drive again, never be allowed to get behind a wheel, do some community service, all that sort of stuff. That was my idea. I think I can hear the kids coming home. Anyway, that was my idea, and I'm really interested to hear what you all think about that and what you would do in that situation. Okay.